Welcome back, everyone, to Headline Automotive News, Opinions, and Essays. Today, it's all about managing the ridiculous. The average price of a new car has now reached $50,000. In 1956, my dad bought a brand new Ford Fairlane for $1,991. The average cost back then for a new car was $2,500. He earned $100 a week as a draftsman, or $5,200 a year. His new Ford represented 38% of his gross annual salary. Car loans back then were around 11%. In terms, they were much shorter than they are today, about 24 to 36 months. So if my dad financed his new Ford for 36 months, his monthly payment was around $72 a month, or 18% of his monthly gross salary. In 1974, my dad bought a new Chevy Nova for $3,600, and the average price of a new car back then was around $4,000. And at that time, his salary was $225 a week as a designer, or $11,700 a year. The new Nova price represented 31% of his annual salary. And back in 1974, inflation was kicking up with our first gas crisis, and auto loans were around 12%, with shorter terms just like 1956. So if he financed his new Nova for 36 months like he did his Ford, his payment worked out to be $120 a month, or 14% of his monthly gross salary. Today, the top-selling car in the United States is not a car at all. It's a Ford F-150 pickup with an average price of $57,000. Like the Ford in 1956 and the Nova back in 1974, all this is being discussed without taxes and dealer fees. Today, the median annual earnings for full-time workers aged 35 to 45 is around $1,346 a week, or $70,000 a year. The F-150 represents a whopping 81% of this person's annual salary. And today, a new car loan is around 6.5% for prime buyers with credit scores 661 and above. And at 36 months, the payment works out to be $1,747, or 32% of your monthly gross salary. So in summary, in 56, a new car payment was 19% of your gross salary. In 74, it's 12%. And in 2025, it's 32%. So to revert back to 1956 or 1974 standards, today's buyers shouldn't buy anything above $30,000. And by the way, there are 9 new car models and 10 SUV models you can buy for under $30,000. But we love our cars and light trucks so much that the average price of a new car has now reached $50,000 in September. And that's just an average. And don't get me wrong, new car dealers and banks aren't complaining. As a matter of fact, they're extremely happy. We're spending more than our parents and grandparents did for a new car. But wait, there's more. During COVID, the average American folks were paying $2,000 to $4,000 over list price for, let's say, a silly Ford Bronco. And now that their monthly payments have outlived the new car smell, these same folks are now defaulting on their car loans in greater numbers than they did back in 2008. Yep, the main difference is today's stress is driven by high vehicle prices, resulting in high monthly payments, coupled with inflation, whereas 2008, it was more or less characterized by a wider collapse in the housing market and a more severe economic downturn. How to manage the ridiculous when it comes to car ownership? It's kind of real simple. Adopt a used car. Yep, if you're feeling the pinch when it comes to new car monthly payments or get sticker shock looking at new cars above $50,000, plus the ridiculous dealer dock fees that add additional thousands of dollars to your purchase price, rather than talk to a salesperson, go outside, get some fresh air, and then go home and shop for, let's say, a 1999 or 2004 Buick LeSabre. They're out there with under 50,000 miles for less than $5,000. And yes, for that new car smell, those little tree air fresheners for $1 really get the job done. You'll make a generation of car buyers in your family most proud. And now what I'll do is show you an ad that ran in 1969 for Volkswagen that kind of illustrates what I've been speaking about for this presentation at this time. So let's roll this one. And thanks for Nick Schott for having this ad from Volkswagen on his website. It's a real good one.
I, of sound mind and body, do hereby bequeath the following. To my wife Rose, who spent money like there was no tomorrow, I leave $100 and a calendar. To my sons, Rodney and Victor, who spent every dime I ever gave them on fancy cars and fast women, I leave $50 in dimes. To my business partner, Jules, whose only motto was spend, 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 I leave nothing, nothing, nothing. And to my other friends and relatives who also never learned the value of a dollar, I leave $1. Finally, to my nephew Harold, who oft-times said, a penny saved is a penny earned, and who also oft-times said, gee, Uncle Max, it sure pays to own a Volkswagen. I leave my entire fortune of $100 billion.
Yep, that's it. Thanks very much for joining us. If you have friends that love cars, please share this channel along. We'll see you again real soon.